What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. We're checking out the second pre-release song by EXO, Hear Me Out. Recently, we checked out the EXO first pre-release song with Let Me In, as well as we did a whole spotlight reaction checking out a bunch of their work. So if you're interested in that reaction, as well as the rest of my EXO reactions, check out the playlist somewhere up there. The song Hear Me Out is a chill R&B genre song with an old school vibe. It combines sweet vocals, good, and lyrics about conveying an honest heart to a partner who is hesitating before starting love. This is actually kind of interesting, and I'm not going to think too much about the actual storyline and how it connects to something like Let Me In, because they were all kind of like about to grow apart one from another, and then obviously all of the damage was reversed, because if they were to be separated in that music video, there's like this whole destruction of the earth, which started with the kid who threw that rock into the river or something. I'm not going to connect it. I'm just going to take it as its own thing, unless I can't help myself. So without further ado, let's get into Hear Me Out by EXO. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Look babe, 내 마음에 들어 너의 마음에 들려 날개를 펴 Let's fly together. 나는 이를 잊지 baby I can't help it. 날 밀어내려 네 시도는 just save it. Cause I've been thinking about some time with you. 넌 아직도 이 모든 게 시작일 뿐.
By the way, I'm apparently starting to cough a little bit. I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm still doing this reaction. I'm not forcing myself, but I am a little bit under the weather. Just the visual of putting the buildings together kind of like reminded me of Let Me In, and kind of like destroying everything, and now you want to build it, much like this relationship. You want to kind of like build the world together. I'm thinking too much into it. I'm sorry, my head is spinning. Let's get back into it. Sorry. If you're not into like fucking discussions and everything, this may not be a reaction for you. I love the thinking as it's spinning. My head is spinning. Donuts. That's a very good expression of love. Food. Damn. Oh.
내게는 안 보여준 모습을 알고 떠날 준비해 본 주 왜 또 이런 대우를 받으며 배우는 너에게 더 잘하는 법도 분명해 I can see you here frustrated 쉽게 말해서 I need you baby 알잖아 재미없는 말을 굳이 꺼낼 뻔 난 행동으로 and you'll be mine for the night yeah. 한 걸음 멀어지는 너 애써 피하려 하지는 마 My love 한 가지만 확실히 해줄래 얘기해줘 내게 더 숨길 생각 말고 Hear me out, hear me out, hear me out.
Oh, that is pretty cool. Okay, you know what? Even though it's not new that the lyrics convey one thing while the music video itself conveys something potential a little bit different, but this almost feels like a bit of a prequel of the good old days before Let Me In, and whatever caused for them to fall apart and grow apart from one another. This almost feels like what some of the members might have been thinking about when they realized that they don't want to grow apart. I just love the fact that they just express so much within the visuals of being stuck in your phone, being soulless, and playing bowling on your fucking TV, which, although it's a giant TV, and I would not complain if I had one, but to actually go and do the literal activity of playing in real life. It's almost like appreciating the smaller things in life and being friends, and just having something to reignite rekindle that passion in a way. So that was pretty cool. I really really like that. Don't you wink at me, you beautiful son of a bitch. That's pretty cool. That was so freaking cool. And the fact that it's on top of like Lego pieces, almost like something that complete you complete me kind of Jerry Maguire kind of thing in a way. Legos, or if it was puzzle pieces as well, that would have been actually kind of similar, and like building something together, which you use Legos for, much like the building that they were building in the beginning. Okay, so I just looked up some theories on Twitter, and that was a wild ride. There's almost like a theory saying that there's different versions of EXO, one that is playing bowling in real life, the other version that is playing bowling on their TV. I don't know. However, the one thing that does make sense in terms of like this music video almost like being a way to bring back memories of sorts, to connect it to Let Me In as far as what made EXO come back together. There's a time loop throughout this music video. Time almost like stands by, or not stands by, the day keeps on repeating itself, and it's almost like a bit of a Groundhog Day kind of thing happening. And then Chan sees the phone and it blows up, which maybe that means that without you, I'm stuck in one place. Them being on their phones, being almost like lifeless, just being in social media or playing bowling on their TV instead of actually going to the wild as they did, playing with the water hoses, playing bowling in real life, actually experiencing, taking photos and memories in real life instead of like focusing on the things that separate us, which is the phone. I feel like maybe the phone blowing up is almost like my day is like I'm stuck without you, but also the phone blowing up is actually kind of interesting in terms of the symbolism in the fact that phones is what trap us in a way, because we're lifeless, we're just sitting on our phones doing nothing, we're in a room full of us, and yet we could not be further apart. So the phone blowing up could be a nice symbolism to the fact that fuck the phone, fuck, social media and all that kind of stuff. Let's just focus on the time that we actually have together and experience it face to face. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm kind of like going off on my own little theory, I guess, because I don't have enough knowledge to really dive too deep into the EXO lore and good and bad EXO and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not gonna. There was an interesting theory that the candle with the scent, and the tea, which almost seemed like it was like therapeutic or something that is supposed to calm you down in a way. Um, Almost like take a chill pill and relax. I'm not sure how it connects in terms of like the original lore and what some people may have in terms of like theories and all. But lyrically, though, this is absolutely beautiful. Also, the phone could represent like much like the lyrics saying your heart's closed, hesitating. Perhaps the phone blowing up is no longer like hesitating. Maybe no longer stuck. I honestly don't know. So let me know whatever wild theories you may have. And Baekhyun looks so happy. Whoa. I thought the same three members that were sleeping in the car were the same members on the phone, and I thought that I had a moment of epiphany. Interesting. It's almost like EXO is kind of like, is someone from EXO? Not all of them are stuck in a loop, because like when Chan discovers that phone and it blows up, it's almost like he saw something that he wasn't supposed to see. Which for me, I want to connect it in a wholesome way to something like Let Me in terms of like, the visuals of growing apart and what it leads to. And this music video is almost like, let's focus on all of our kind of like memories and everything that made us happy, made us want to be where we are, which is together with who we are, with who we want to be, which is, with each other. But I really don't know, because at the end of the day, like the lyrics say, don't hesitate wherever the heart leads. Obviously, lyrically, we talked about like the press release and what the song symbolizes from a pure lyric standpoint. But in terms of like, don't hesitate as far as EXO growing apart, and it felt like the end of the world is coming because they were separated. And now it's this kind of like feels like a bit of a, I don't even want to say prequel. I definitely want to say that it's somehow connected, because literally time is being reversed in Let Me In, which prevents them from causing the world to end by them growing apart. But I honestly don't really know. The vocals here were so freaking beautiful and angelic and wholesome. And the lyrics themselves are very beautiful and so tasteful. The vibe of the video in general, aside from some of the darker nuances as far as like the clock goes, and like there was something a little bit, now that I'm thinking about that fan theory, as far as like that candle that was being lit, and like the tea that looked to, like they emphasized it in such a way, and also like the phone being in all of these various places. It's almost like being watched, but at the same time, Schumann, I believe, is literally sleeping as he was holding the controller. So maybe that's like representing his mind and like memories of his members in the pot with the fries. The phone is there maybe to symbolize things that we used to do, cook together, which also like could speak to like a relationship. The phone being in the plant, that's where I can kind of agree that yes, that looks a little bit sus in terms of like maybe there's something a little bit darker. But like I love that the phone kind of like explodes when Chan sees it. The phone is on top of like Lego pieces, which is all the pieces that are missing because we're not potentially together, or we want to build a world together, and like it blows up. But then like almost like turning the clock off at the end of the music video as they're in this car. And I think it was Baekhyun who did that. Like clearly there's some kind of a loop which maybe represents being a loop of their like memories together as well. I don't really know. For as long as I was listening to the song, I almost like forgot about how not so well I'm feeling. So this was definitely well worth reacting to even at this moment if I'm not feeling all that well. They really like made me forget about some of the discomfort. As far as the song goes by itself, it was absolutely incredible. And it was so much fun. It was groovy, it was reminiscent. It's a song again that you just want to it's a song that kind of like ironically makes you want to kind of like fall in love in a way. And these guys did a phenomenal job, and like the contrast between let me in and hear me out is really really cool. It's also like hear me out before you first hear me out and then you will let me in, kind of. So I do feel like there's maybe a little bit of a prequel aspect to this music video as far as its connection goes to let me in, but I'm not sure. So I'll just end this reaction here. I hope you enjoyed it. If I made any sense, let me know in the comment section. If not, let me know what you thought, and I will catch you all in the next one. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.